Hey yo guys, what's up? Private Ryan is back and we'll do a quick review for the latest Netflix TV series to hit the Asian market and of course the Americans and the UK market by surprise and like a storm. So that our review for today, we are gonna be reviewing the Squid Game. So Squid Game is a 2021 Netflix TV series. It just opened up last September 19 worldwide, and some areas have it as early as September 17. My country have it at September 21. So it reaches up to the top 10 in most Asian markets, and some people are surprised it hits number 1 in Asia, and in the US it is also in the top 10 for the entire week of this week. In UK, top 10 as well for 2 weeks straight. So it is scoring high in IMDb, guys, and in Rotten Tomatoes, it is at 100% rate with very high praise from audiences as well. So in Google, it has a 4.8 out of 5 stars recommendation. So a lot of folks are really into this game, and halfway through this review, we are gonna be doing some spoilers. So for now, you can stick around as I'm gonna give the story and the characters. Now, the story for the Squid Game is it's a basic premise of people that are in deep debt. So desperately indebted group of people in South Korea, they are tricked into a deadly tournament of just playing children's games. And many does not survive. This is a very deadly tournament, guys. But then they were voluntarily voted to stop the game, but at the second half of the season they will come back and they all volunteer to play the game, realizing that the game may be their only chance to win the biggest bug of money that they have ever seen in their life. So there are 456 players, each costing around 100 million won. So the total winnings to be earned by the ultimate winner is around 45.6 billion won, roughly around $38 million. Yeah, that's a whole lot of money if you ask me. Enough to cover 30 lifetimes. So our characters, I'm just gonna destroy their names and their character names for the series. So I'm just gonna be telling you something about them. So Park Hae-soo, a real-life Korean actor, will play Sang-hoo, so one of the main characters of the TV series, I mean. And we get Wi Ha-joon, our detective or the police investigator for the show, and of course the main cast, Lee Jung-jae. His name is Gi-hun, or player 456, and we get Ho-yeon as the female counterpart, not a love interest but one of the females that are in the games. We got Gong-yu, the father in Train to Busan. He is also in this, probably just a cameo in just a couple of episodes, but he is very important, and the rest of the characters are just a lot. So I'm gonna show in the screen some of their character names and their real life names as well. So if you know them, you should be able to have seen them in some of the Koreans TV shows and films. Now, before I go quick over to the plot, I'm gonna be spoiling a lot moving forward because of the theories that I have for this for this TV series. So if you don't want to be spoiled, you can go ahead and stop this video, watch some of the Squid Game, come back later, put me into watch later, or to save this review. If not, if you like to be spoiled, some people do like to be spoiled before watching a film or a TV series. Let's continue on. You have been warned. So this is the full plot, guys. We got Gi-hun, played by player 456, the last player to be inducted into the Squid Games, finally gets fired from his job because he's always slacking off, always late. His life is very miserable. He still lives with his mother, and he just been filed divorce by his wife, and the current family is doing okay, and his 10-year-old kid, he's losing her. He has a daughter. They're going to the States, so he's really on a desperate move to get money, guys. So when he hears about this secret survival game with a 45.6 billion pot money to win for the ultimate winner, he decided that this is his way out, or his ticket to normality in his life. Now he has a counterpart named Sang-woo. His name is Park Hae-soo in real life. So this is like a brother to him when they were young, because they grew up in the same neighborhood. So despite their both poor family background, Sang-woo graduated from a prestigious university and he found a good job. But due to his mismanagement and misappropriation of company funds, he is now on the run. He is facing a crisis, hiding from policemen and the anti-fraud police in the internet, because he just lost millions and millions of won. I think it reaches up to $1 billion won that he just slandered away. So he also decided to take part in this secret survival game, and Gi-han was really surprised, player 456, to see him in the games when they start to play it. So in the end, the entire series focuses on these two, where they meet interesting characters inside the games, subplots regarding the Squid Game entirely, and these characters bond, scheme, outwit, and outlast each other. And for each time the series moves, you will see who will be eliminated and who will get killed. Some of your best loving characters died somewhere in the middle of the season. So in the final end part of the games, you will see that a big sacrifice has to be made for a winner to be declared. So the big question for the last episode for this 9-part series is winning the end of it all? Is getting the 45.6 billion won really the answer for their hardships in real life? I'm not gonna spoil that to you because that's the last episode. Hopefully you will watch through it. So beneath that, we'll go on to our viewer theory. So first is the invite cards. As we see in our first episode, Ji-han, or player 456, was invited to take part of the Squid Game by our Train to Busan star Gong-yu, who has no name. So there were red and blue cards to play like what we play with Pog, while we punch the card on top of each other. So if it flips, you won the game. If not, you lose. So there are red and blue cards for the players to start playing. So some of you have theorized that the red, based on the color of the uniforms, are when they choose the red cards, and blue, if you choose the blue cards, you will become the players. So for those red, they will become the staff. So I'm gonna do some video inlay on what the staff look like, because they need staff for the games to get going and for this to be organized. So another theory that I could not claim yet, but we have to watch maybe on season 2 is that player 001 and player 456, our main character, are related as father and son, and there are many clues all throughout that seem to be showing this as the truth, because 001 has chosen 456 on a few occasions, and most of the time their likes and places that they remembered are almost identical to their past, and that's a really big coincidence. And of course, the biggest throwaway for this is the birthday player 456. It matches the son's birthday of player 001. So I don't know, leave a comment down below if you think this is really good running theory or this is just a bunch of BS on my end. So another theory, because in the end 456 let go of everything just to be looking back, to go back to the games and stopping this once and for all. So could this be hinting at he will be the next game frontman, or he will team up with our inspector and detective in season 2 to stop the game. So we don't know yet, because going over to the future of this series, if you remember, this is directed by Hwang Dong-hyuk and also written by him. He claims that he has no immediate plans to write a sequel because, remember guys, Squid Game was written back in 2008, so it's around 13 years before it gets its play at the TV series, and Netflix was not yet really a streaming service back then. So it's good that Netflix funded this, and it's a big surprise for them to be able to see that it is a big success. So he still doesn't plan to write the sequel, and instead he wanted to focus on writing films, which is his current role now in South Korea. He has 3 films on the way in the next 2 years. So he also stated that he did not have well-developed plans for a follow-up story yet, and if he were to write one or to produce one, he would likely to have a staff of writers and directors to help him out, and he would just be a consultant, so he would not be as directly involved like he is now on season 1. So predicting this, Netflix would probably give this a green light for season 2 because of the success of the Squid Game worldwide. So now we go to our rating for the entire series, episode 1 to 9. I'm gonna give this one of my highest potential scores that I could give for a TV series at a 4.6 out of 5 stars. So one of the best moving and top production series in Netflix right now, streaming, and quite a long wait because we never have really good TV series for a while now. I remember the last one that I remember was The Dark series, that's also not been produced in North America but somewhere in Europe. I think it's a German TV series, so watch that, it's very good. So this is the tops, it tops everything. The Squid Game tops even the best from the West. So you have to see this, guys. Even though it's voiced by Koreans, the English version is still voiced by Koreans, but it's not like your low budget English dubs that you reach out with no emotions. They have great dubbing on this one. Even the subtitles are to the point and exact. So production design, production wise, editing, casting, story, and pacing is top notch. So one of the best out there. And if you love mystery, suspense, thriller, violence, and gore on the side, this one is for you. So let me know down below if have you seen the Squid Game, what are your theories, and what can you conclude if this is just a one-off season series. Sometimes they do that to close the chapter on a very good TV series. With that said, thank you for joining me for around 10 to 12 minutes of my review. Hope you enjoyed. I'll be seeing you next time around. Keep on binge watching those TV series, guys. Peace.